Yo, yo, yo. It was good. It's your boy, Little Ocho, or Daniel, or however you guys know me by. But, yeah. Today, we're going to be talking about when I got my first truck, first SUV, first car. But, yeah, I got a 2003, 2004 Ford Explorer. And, cool car, It's like an aqua blue, dark blue, like a dark blue color, right? Limited edition. It's like 4 doors, got four, fit jalapeno, right? Yeah, it's lit. First SUV, it was my first car ever. I'm just like, just ready to drive it, right? Fucking, I can remember, this is the first fun thing I can remember that I did with my truck. And it was a school day, I couldn't remember if it was a Thursday, Friday, I really don't remember the day, but I remember it like it was yesterday type shit, right? But, yeah. So, this is how it starts, I wake up in the morning, usually I had to wake up like around 5 o'clock to get to school because it would be like an hour walk because I'm from one side of Sirius. I have to walk all the way to the other side of Sirius, right? Basically, hour walk, hour 30 walking and like a 10-minute drive, right? So yeah, it was pretty far away, but it was cool, I woke up like I think like 6, like I had to be there like early because I had to be like an hour early, but I showed up a little late, so I get there like around 6:10, 6:05. By the time I get there to drive, I woke up like I woke up super late, like 5:50. I'm like, yeah, I'll get there, and I'm fucking like, I got there right. I chill. I'm in the gym. I have PE for I had PE for my zero period. Get my grades up, right? Credits up, get my credits so I can graduate. But, I'm in the gym, zero period, and by that time, my homies are showing up like a little bit into the class. My boy David, my boy Herberto, and we could call this dude, call him Germball. Fucking goofball. We call him goofball. Yeah, this goofball, right? Homie at the time. I don't know him a couple days. I thought dude was cool, right? Yeah. So goofball, me, my boy David, and my boy Herberto decided, hey, you know what? It'll be cool. How about we skip school today, right? I got my truck. And they're like, yeah, I forgot how you drove, right? Like fucking excitement. I got my fucking truck, dude. Like, let's go do something. Like, like, your homie got his first win, right? We're used to walking everywhere. Got his first car, we drive around. Fuck it, let's go do some dumb shit. So, alright. So, we're walking at like, we can walk at the gymnasium, and, like, we're walking the backside. So, like, there's a black gate, and that's where the student parking lot is. So, we're walking out there, and, security guards right there, of course. Checking people in. Hey, how you guys doing? Yeah. Checking, just, right? Watching. And making sure kids don't go out. But we're like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the liquor store. It's still early. My class don't start until 7. Come on, you know me, like, let me go through. Like, I'm just gonna go to the liquor store. Liquor store is just like right here, 2 minutes away. And plus I had a car, so I'll be here quicker. So, like, giving them the lie, But he was like, nah. I ain't gonna let you guys through. Nah. Like, bullshit. I'm like, bro, it's too early for this. I'm just trying to go get my coffee. Like, you want something? I'll get you something. I'll be back. And then he finally like, you know what? I ain't trying to deal with y'all. Like, too early for this shit. You guys can go through. Like, of course he didn't say that, but he's like, you know what? Just be back in time. Like, just like, go on. Like, get the fuck away. Like, fuck off, right? So, me and my boys, we all dip. And we all hop in my car, I turn it on. Everybody's like, fuck, the excitement, like, we're not screaming in the fucking car, right? Like, but, yeah, we're excited. So we're turning on the music, you know, hey, who trying to play slap? Oh, yeah. You know, we're putting the music, we're driving her fucking recklessly. But of course, not to get pulled over, like, you know, we're not driving stupid and shit, but like, yeah. Like, just lit in the car, you know. My boy pulls out his pen, we're hitting his pen and shit. So first thing we do, I think, my boy already had weed. I think he already had weed on him. So he had like a good amount, you know. So we're like, he's willing to like, shit, fuck it, you know. But and I think I needed to go get cash. So we pull up to my house. So, you know, I gotta drive all the way back over there. But like, you know, it's a 10-minute drive because we're driving, right? So it's a 10-minute drive to my house. So we go to my house. And I pick up like a jar of money I had, right? You know, because we're going to have a good day. And like, I want to have some money. Because at the time, you know, we're broke, you know. I only had like gas money, right? I only had like $20 for gas, right? And, you know, V8, so it wastes a ton of gas. But so I went to, you know, we went all the way to my house. And when we got to my house, I got my, you know, I went inside the house, you know, grabbed my jar. So usually, you know, it's alarming to you guys. Like, yeah, I'm going to my house and going inside the house, like, without no you. So at that time, at that moment in time, it was just me, my sister, and my mom was living in a 3-bedroom apartment. And we're in, you know. And my mom would drive all the way to San Francisco, you know, so she'd be gone. She, like, you know. And my sister, that's cool. So, like, I could walk inside my house like nothing. Like, hey, you know, who cares, right? So it's like, of course, we're not going to chill there because my mom's coming back later and she going to smell like the weed and shit. But, like, you know, I grabbed my money and then we dipped. So I got my truck and we, like, you know, skirted off. We went to skate park, which is like 5 minutes from my house, like 10 minutes from my house. Nah, 5 minutes walking from my house. Like, you know, it's literally like right there. Like a couple blocks down. So, you know, we drove over there, so it takes 2 minutes to get there. So, you know, we're driving and we pull up to the park. We parked in the parking lot. And we're just like, you know, it's a spot that we got like multiple acquaintance friends. And at the moment, like friends we're going to meet later. But, like, you know, acquaintance, you know. But that's the spot where everybody went to, right? You know, well, most of my friends went to. That's like our, go to the spot. The skate park was kind of like our spot. So, yeah. So we go to the skate park, right? You know, normal day. You know, it's like, what, 8 o'clock now? Like 7 o'clock right around there. 7:50, 8 o'clock. So we're like, damn, we're really skipping school, huh? So let's roll up a blunt. We're like, yeah, let's fucking get high. Like, let's do this shit. And, you know, I don't know who wrote it. I think it was either me or it was my boy David, right? You know, he was sitting in the passenger, you know, my boy. So he's like, I think either one of us wrote it, we're barred up, you know, it's hitting good, you know, we're smoking it, and we had one Dutch left, and that was like the only Dutch we had. So we're smoking it, you know, we're enjoying it. We're passing it around, puff, pass, hot boxing. You already know what it is. Fucking getting loaded. And, yeah, so fuck it. We're getting smoked out. And we seen dudes walking by, right? I think it was Anthony and Brian, right? That's like acquaintance at the time, you know. So they hop in the car, we're like, yo, what's good? Like, you know, dapping up, you know. What's good? Like, what's up? Like, I know you, you know, you trying to hit this blunt. Oh, yeah, we smoking. And my boy had some weed in the back. Anthony, he had some weed in the back, you know. So I had my grinder. So my grinder had a little compartment at the bottom, right? It was like a weed grinder, like a gray one. That had like a little compartment at the bottom where you'd keep the keef, right? So I had like a good amount of keef down there, right? And like I closed it up and, you know, I passed it to him. Like, but I didn't open up the key, and, you know, I'm just like letting you guys know what I had down there. So I passed my ball back to the grinder, back to them, and they're gonna roll up some. So, you know, they had like I think paper, so like we smoked like a little J. And so like, you know, we scrolled up some, and, you know, we smoked with them, you know, with some of his weed, and it was pretty decent weed, you know, but we're just like smoking. and then like we get high, and like they dip, like we dap up. All right, we're gonna go eat, you know. So they get out the car, and like once they get out the car, like we close up, we're getting ready to go, and like I'm just standing there. I'm like grab my grinder, you know, left like a little bit of tree in there. So I'm like, hey, you know, fuck it. And then I check my key. Motherfucker took my key. Little bastard. But so now Anthony took my key, right? You know. Yeah, but like we save that for like another time. But like, yeah, motherfucker took my key. Fucking asshole. But yeah. So I put my grinder back up. I'm pissed as fuck. Like motherfucker took my key. For like, alright. So we're about to dip, right? And all of a sudden my boy in the back, Humberto, he started tweaking. So Humberto right here. Oh no, Humberto was sitting right here. And then my boy, you know, Goofball was sitting right there, right? And my boy started tweaking out, like freaking out, like oh shit, like I don't know, like hyperventilating, like you know, just freaking the fuck out. And like, you know, he like we tell him, oh, get out the car and like, you know, go walk around, right? And he goes do that, right? And he's walking around, you know, fucking like just like, and then all of a sudden like we see him walking, but then like he just disappears, like walking around. Like we're like, what the fuck? Where the fuck he go? So we like give him 5 minutes, like 10 minutes to come back, and we're like, you know what? We got bored, and we're like, you know what? Fuck this shit. We need Dutchess anyway, so we gonna pull up like near the skate park, right? And like we pull up that way, like it's like what, 5 minutes away, like 2 minutes away from the skate park. Like driving, right? 2 minutes away, right? So we drive over there, and like we're hoping like they're gonna give us like some raps, cause you know we're underage. But we pull up on them, and we're like, hey, you know, let me get some Dutchess. Like I want a pack of Dutchess. My boy was gonna buy a pack of Dutchess. I think David was with me, and he's like, yeah, let me get some Dutchess, cause we're the ones who look like the oldest, right? Especially him, tall ass motherfucker. But like, yeah. You know, and we're like, all right, yeah, let me get some Dutchess. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, let me see your ID first though. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I'm like, oh, I left it in the car. You know, you want me to go get it? And he's like, nah, you know, like yeah, then you go get it. You'll get it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Yeah. So we did, and we pull up to like this is another smoke shop like around the corner, but like it's like 2 minutes around the corner, right? Like so it's like a little bit that way. So we go to that one, and this spot is like known, like we don't know it yet, but like that spot is known like to like sell the, you know, us, right? So, you know, this usually becomes our like spot later on, but like that's later on, like in like once we get like later on, get like older, right? Later on through the years, but yeah, so we pull up to this spot, and we're like, yeah, let me get some Dutchess. Boom, get them. We get out the thing. We get out the store, right? And we hop in, we're hyped as fuck, we roll up a Dutch, and we're like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go to the mall. I'm like, fuck it, yeah, fuck it, that's a good idea. Yeah. Well, so we all like, we agreed, so we pulled it to the mall, you know, doing retarded shit. We didn't even do shit at the mall, like, boring as fuck. We just walked around. But like, it was fun, you know, fucking around with the homies, but we were walking around like we didn't have no money, we didn't buy shit. We walked around, you know, stole stuff and shit, you know, doing what we do. But yeah, like fuck it. Then later on that day, you know, we pull back. Like it's what 6 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock now. We pull back to the series, right? And we're just chilling back at the park, you know. And at this time, you know, there's I think we pick up a couple more homies. I don't know who there was. I don't know who was it. I think it was. We pick up Anthony again, right? You know. No, we picked up Brian, and then we picked up fuck, who else did we pick up? No. And we met someone over there. I think I think his name was Gian or some dude we hanged out like with once, and then dude was like kind of weird. But yeah, I got another story about bro. But like, I mean, he's a cool dude, but like he was kind of off. And no, I'm not a cokehead. I'm not doing coke. And I got a runny nose and I'm sick. So like, if you see me doing that a lot, yeah, nah. But yeah. So the day progressed, you know. We pull up to Turlock, Donley Park. You know, it's late at night. You know what, 8, 9 o'clock around there. So we pull up over there. We decide to say, fuck it. You know, we're high as fuck. We're just chilling. We look for a cool spot to chill at. Donley Park is pretty cool. You know, the park is nice. You know, they got a little lake. If you ever if you know what it is, it's like a little duck pond, right? So it's pretty dope, you know, nice scenery, dark as fuck. And we're all fucking around at the little park they had, like it's Producers Park, fucking around the swings and shit. But yeah, so like we fucked around there for a little bit, you know, having fun, smoking still, you know. So we smoked like what? I think about a zip that day. And shout out to my boy, bruh. My boy David, he was the one who supplied it. Like fuck. You know, we ain't had the money, but you know, I did pitch in for it. Like I tried to give him some money for it, but I try to do what I can. Like you know, he's smoking us out, but like you know, that's the homie right there. That's my brother, my big dog, fucking big ass dude. You gonna see him I'm gonna show him later on the YouTube channel. But yeah, so you know. We're all like, all right, fuck this shit. You know, we're all tired. We're all ready to go. We pull into the McDonald's. And for the McDonald's, I drop my boy Gion off. You know, he lives in Turlock. I drop him off. Nah, he drives himself home. And he dips off, and I'm like, all right, we're going to go drop off these. We're going to drop off my boy, Goofball, and my boy Humberto off. Tell you 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We get back to series around 11:30, 11:20 around there, and we drop off my boy right here, you know, Humberto. We drop him off, you know, he gonna get in trouble because his grandma don't let him stay out. And this is literally one of the last times I'm pretty sure he hung out with us late, right? He usually dips off pretty early or you know, that's the last time we gonna see my boy Humberto. And it kind of sucks, you know, but you know he's doing his own thing, but you know, but that's you know, but yeah, and then we have Goofball in the back, you know, he had a Rick and Morty mask on and shit, and he's just in the back seat, just kind of knocked out, but he had the Rick and Morty mask over his face. Pretty funny though, but yeah, so we drop him off. We drop him off at the school. And he drives home because he had his truck parked there, right? And it's just me and my boy David, right? We're like, you know what? You trying to smoke another blunt? What you about to do? And he's like, you know, I ain't got nothing to do, but you trying to smoke? Fuck it. We were already high as fuck. We just pulled up to somewhere. I think it was Don Pedro Park is near our school. So we pulled up right there and we're posted up right there and just smoking, right? And we're just talking, you know, me and him, you know, looking up at the fucking stars and shit. Cause it had my car had a little sunroof type shit. And we're just I had it open. We're all just looking up at the stars and fucking high as shit. And my boy Joseph decides to hey, what's up? Hit me up, right? He's off of work. We're fuck it, you know, pull up to Don Pedro Park, you know. He pulled up right behind us, parked up. And we go hop in his car. I don't know why. We could have just hopped in my car. But we hopped in his car. And we all just chilling. It's a 1999 Camry, 2000, that type of bottom box car. You know? It's dope little car, you know? I think he fucked with the engine and shit. Made it faster. Pulled a... I don't know. He did some shit to that car, but yeah. So Joseph, you know, we smoking with him. You know, my boy David sits in the back, you know, it was a box, a little car. You know, he's tall as hell. He's 6 foot something, 6'2", 3", I think around there. But he's passed out in the fucking back seat. I'm damn, bro, we're fucking high as fuck. I'm already ready to pass out. And I tell my boy, you know what? We about to cut off. It's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning by this time. We all just stayed up hella late. And, you know, I drop him off and I get home around 5 o'clock. I think I crashed out in the car or something. I forgot what the fuck I did, but I think I went up inside the apartment. Yeah, I went up inside the house. My mom just fucking left, you know. And I just get in my fucking bed and just like lay the fuck down. I never went home that night. Well, that day is at all. I got home the next day, type shit. Shit, my mom was worried. Well, I mean, she was. She knew where I was, you know. I told her where I was, but yeah, she did get mad at me that I fucking ditched school. But like, you know, fuck it. You know, actually, no, I got off with that. I told her that I was there for my 0 period, like they dotted me down, and then after that, I just told her, oh, I guess they didn't tell me my name, or like they didn't like put me for attendance. I guess they forgot to put me for attendance, and she was like, oh, okay. I don't think she believed it, but like, hey, you know, I guess she kind of did, right? But yeah, so that's what happens when I got my first truck. You know, that's the first story I remember. There's definitely other stories, you know, and more stories to come. If you like my video or like you like me, how I tell my story, you know. But like, you know, fuck it. Subscribe if you like. But take a little bowl and we out of this bitch. I'm already lit, yeah. That's good. There's just a little bit of there, but I did kill it the first rip. You know, like you guys could hear it. But yeah, have a good one, y'all.